We're doing it. We're getting it done.
Yep.
Hey, today I'm going to take you along with me to a place that makes me rather anxious, the hairstylist. I know sometimes people feel like, oh, it's like a good getaway to go to the hairdresser, but I find that especially during times with the pandemic and with the masks, it's really just anxiety provoking for me. So I'll show you how I kind of navigate some of those feelings and anxiety that still comes up for me and how I deal with it differently than I would have in the past. First things first, I really need to get changed, and you know, we're gonna go get these grays covered. I blame that on anxiety too, so come on, let's go. Okay, so this particular place that I go to get my color done is about 25 minutes away from my home, and I have to take all highways there, and I'm comfortable driving now. I'm back to normal driving, but there is always a thought that goes through my head that's like, what if now is the time that something else happens? So I kind of have to prepare myself just to be like, no, like, girl, you got this. Like, you've done it before. You've done it a million times now. Nothing's gonna happen. You've totally got it. And just kind of give myself those positive affirmations and like a pep talk. And I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm not gonna let anxiety stop me. This is my dog. Say hi, Ro. His name is Romeo. He's very camera shy, but he says hello. All right, we really have to go before we're gonna be late. Let's go. Okay, I'm in my car. One thing that anxiety does control of me still to this day is like, I only get the same hair color all the time. And I would like love to try like a balayage, maybe like red highlights, or I don't think I do blonde, maybe red highlights. But my anxiety's like, no girl, you cannot pull that off. Nope, you have to stay with what you know. Nope. So here we are getting the same hair color, and that's fine. I grew up with this hair color. I was born with this hair color, so we'll just keep getting it and cover the grays because I'm getting old over here. I brought a banana with me that I'm gonna eat along the way because I'm hungry, and when I start to get a little shaky from the coffee and an empty stomach, I know it's like a recipe for disaster. So I'm constantly scanning my body and making sure that I have everything that I need to feel the best and kind of prevent bad anxiety from coming on. And this is something that I'll do all the time. I am going to start driving there, and I'll put the camera back on when we get there. I'm not talented enough to record and drive. Definitely my anticipatory anxiety was so much worse. The roads were super crowded because it's lunchtime, but it was absolutely fine getting here. I didn't even think about anxiety. I put on some Justin Bieber, and that's my guilty pleasure. And I just like sang the songs and thought about other things, and I arrived here. It's time to go inside, so I will see you in there. All right, so this is my hairstylist. Say hi, Nicole.
Hi.
And she agrees that underneath all of this, it just can make you super anxious and hot. And even for a person who's not naturally anxious, it just causes anxiety, right, Nicole?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially in the summer months, the heat.
But we're doing it. We're getting it done.
Yep. Got a telephone bite about a week ago.
Ooh, has it arrived?
No, it's coming.
All right, y'all, we made it through. We're on the last step. Blow dry. All right, we are done.
Yay!
Nicole, what color did you use?
We used a red violet on Alexia today.
So when we go in the sun, it's gonna be super reddy and violet-y in the sunlight, and it's gonna be perfect. Thanks, Nicole.
You're welcome.
We're finished, and we got a really nice chocolatey brown, reddish, violetish color, and I'm super happy with it. And I also picked up some Davines Natural Tech Detoxifying Scrub Shampoo because my scalp gets so dry. Where I live is pretty cold, and she said that that would help, so I'm excited to try it. About the anxiety while I was in there, honestly, I didn't have too much of it. I was pretty good. I did have one moment where I was at the sink, like laying back, and I was there for about 30 minutes, and since I was laying on my neck for that long, my like legs started to feel a little like numbish and like weird, and of course my head automatically goes to, something is wrong with your legs, something is wrong with your feet, and worst case scenario. So in that moment, I talked myself through it and I told myself, you know, what's really the more realistic option here? It's just because you've been laying on your neck. As soon as you get up, you will be fine. And that really helped. And I redirected my attention onto other things. I visualized my plans for the upcoming days and for my birthday and put myself in a clear and good headspace. And I'm proud of myself. I'm really happy that I got it done. And, you know, it's something that I can say that I won over on anxiety again. So we have just one stop left. Okay, we're at our last destination. You probably guessed it. Dunkin'. I wanted to have a quick chat about coffee and anxiety. It's a question I get a lot. How do you drink coffee when you have anxiety, or how does it not trigger the anxiety? It's a really great question because when I was dealing with my severe anxiety, I knew that if I drank coffee, it would intensify my symptoms and then I'd have to just deal with the anxiety even more. So there was a good portion of that time that I completely avoided coffee at all costs. During this time, I was also trying to learn how to drive again without that anxiety, and I had nowhere else to drive because it was the middle of the pandemic. Everything that was open was either the grocery store or like a Dunkin' Donuts or a Starbucks. So I decided I'm gonna drive to Dunkin' and I'm not gonna get anything, or I'll get a tea and not a coffee, less caffeine, and come home. And then one day I was like, I think I'm gonna grab a coffee. I love iced coffee, even when it's cold out. I just like the taste of it. I prefer it. And I drank it. And I remember feeling super anxious. And I'm not sure if that was because I was anxious about drinking the coffee or if I was anxious because of the caffeine in the coffee or a combination of both. Either way, I got through that anxiety and I was really proud of myself. So you'll notice that the overarching kind of theme here is something scares you, something gives you anxiety. You have two options: avoid it or do it anyway. For a while I was avoiding it, and then I realized it only cycles the anxiety. So I started to choose the do it anyway option. That was with driving and that was with coffee. The more that I did it anyway and grabbed a cup of coffee on my mornings, the less that the caffeine affected me. Some people prefer decaf, I just don't. I prefer the way caffeine makes me feel. I prefer it waking me up and kind of getting my day going, and I just like the taste of it. It's just for me about deciding that anxiety will not control what I do. Anxiety won't control my hair appointments. Anxiety won't control my coffee runs, how many or how frequent. I will do what I want to do, and I won't let anxiety make those decisions for me. And I decided that quite a few months ago, and I stuck with it. And it's the best thing I ever did for myself. Was it easy? No. But comfort usually doesn't equal change. So I'm proud where I sit today. I'm proud to be able to go get my hair done and grab a coffee and for a self-care day. And even if anxiety tries to make appearances, which it sure does, I know how to control it and I know how to say, no thank you, I'm the boss, I'm in charge. And as silly as it sounds, coaching yourself through it, reminding yourself that you can, very often means the world. It will be hard at first. It does get easier. That was my experience at least. And I hope you enjoyed this little mini vlog. Please, if you liked it, subscribe to my channel. I would love to see you more. Comment down below what you want to see and share this video with anyone you think may like it or anyone who has anxiety and wants to go out. Yes! I'll see you guys later.